My name is Drew Stokes.
I'm Jamie Magalei, head coach.
Elle Duis.
Perfect, Coach. Opening statement.
Yeah, I like the battle. I like the finish. We had wavering moments that we just kind of spoke quickly about in the locker room. But I think what it comes down to is if one of us is a little off offensively, I think we have enough talent on the floor to overcome that and get back into rhythm. And they just have to remember that. And when we did that, we were back into rhythm. Serve and pass got a little bit better, and we were able to run the offense that I think has led us through the season.
Yeah, 4 players with 10 or more, you talk about balance, right? To be able to go to the left side for some, and then the middle and the right. It just seems like it's hard for any defense to have to deal with.
Yeah, and especially since, Ellie and some of the other DSs put the ball in the center of the court, I think it really opens up some of our gaps, some of our seams, and we have really anybody that can score, and that's a really positive thing to have.
In a game where it's back and forth, the team you're very familiar with, as a coach, is it just fun to watch? How are you kind of coaching and trying to keep your wits about you, and knowing you've seen this team and trying to counter whatever they're trying to do? It just must be kind of fun to be in that situation.
It is fun. A lot of it is game plan, but we've done all the work this week, and so once you arrive at the gym, you got to keep it light and just go out there and play and compete.
Talk about Stokes. She's winning her Center of the Year award and 58, I think, something like that today. She's just been a rock for you guys all year.
Yeah, Drew has done a good job of just keeping her hands available, knowing who is up, having a good idea of who's across the net. I feel like where Drew has really developed is not only in the accuracy, but also the strategy of it. Who's everybody's matchup, and it changed every set for us. Mesa kept moving where they started, so did we. That changed our matchup. But she kept her eyes across the net to make sure that everybody was in a successful position.
How much was a factor of the blocks? I feel like that got going a little bit later. You ended up with 12. It just seemed like you're figuring out what they were trying to do and putting their players in the right spots.
Yeah, Mesa did a wonderful job of moving around our hands at points, but I think the difference is we started to be a little bit more disciplined on setting up our post and really believing that if we don't reach, we can let it feed into our defense, and our defense did a good job of making some big-time digs, so that gives a little bit more confidence to the block.
Drew, just talk about what you saw out there today. To have all those hitters, it must be just so much fun in your position to be able to get into anybody, because anybody can come through.
Yeah, it's a joy, and it's so fun watching them succeed. Like Coach said, our serve and pass dipped a little bit, but they're still wanting the ball even if we're out of system, and they did a great job of using all their shots to score off the hands or go deep. But yeah, it's just a really fun time. So,
is this what RMAC volleyball is all about? To be playing against a team you've seen, and championships are on the line, and going back and forth? How much fun was it? It seemed like you guys were just having a blast out there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot of our last years, so leaving it all on the line and just enjoying every second we get with each other. It's a lot of fun.
Well, what did you see from Ellie out there? She's got the ice bag on her knee. She had 20 digs today. She must have been just throwing herself all over the place for this team.
Yeah, she did a great job. I don't know how she does it. It's crazy, and because she has less chances to make those digs, but when she does, our transition offense is always on point. So she did a great job.
How'd you do it, Ellie? Tell us. Give us the inside scoop.
Oh, I wouldn't talk me up that much. I think a lot of it comes down to our block, and especially in that 5th set when I think I had a majority of my touches. It was just a really solid block to read around. Our middles do a really good job of going straight up. Our pins set a great post, so I can read around that. And it started to get more into a rhythm and patterns with Mesa, so just working with my DSs and everyone else back row and figuring out a nice rhythm with each other as well.
What was the key to that final set? It was 9-1 at one point. Jurgensen, I think, had the first 4 points or whatever it was. And what was said? What did Coach say? Did it kind of get you guys really rolling that first set?
And going into that last huddle, it was a lot of let's have fun. This is for us. And one of the main points was let's serve tough, and that really between Drew and I, we had really nice long runs at the beginning of the 5th set, and that really put us in a great position, blocking defensive wise as well to read, and all they could set was the outside, so made my life a lot easier for sure.
So, Coach, quick turnaround. What's the message to the team? I'm sure you're going to watch the next game, but because I'm sure it's just about what you guys are going to do more than whoever's on the other side of that net.
Well, we got to get a game plan down, but here's the thing. When we have that many juniors and seniors on the floor, they really kind of lead the charge of how we're going to do stuff and the why. I think my job is to make sure I give them a solid game plan and then remind them to enjoy playing with each other, because this is a group that has been on the court literally together since their freshman year.
Yeah.